So we are back with another episode of 5 Cool Mods. It was kind of a slow week for modding. We didn't have any mods weekly episode this week because, well, again, there wasn't a ton of new releases. But at the same time, there is still some stuff that I think some of you guys are going to enjoy and want to download, and a few pretty notable things that kind of stood out to me. That's what I'm going to be showing you today, as you probably can guess. So without further ado, let's kick it off with Film Workshop. This is a really interesting new ENB mod. If you guys don't know, ENBs are PC only. I know I have a pretty big console following. It's how PC users get their games to look really cool. It changes some of the lighting of the game. Well, put really simply, what Film Workshop is going to allow you to do is create your own ENB. You're probably seeing a bunch of different colors and visuals in the background. Well, that's because these are all things possible through this mod, or ENB mod, I guess. Basically allows you to change some of the different lenses, as well as saturation, gamma. There's really a plethora of different options you can tinker with and tweak around. But the really cool part about this is there's so many different looks, ranging from things that are pretty easy. You could basically switch to different lenses from kind of real world cameras. If you're into color grading or color correction in real life, you're definitely going to love this mod, because pretty much all the functionality that is available with some of those higher end programs is going to be now here. Even further, maybe you're just someone that really hasn't found that one ENB that really stood out to you. Well, this mod's going to give you the option to kind of create that for yourself through messing around with a lot of the settings that are pretty straightforward to use. I'm definitely an inexperienced user and I could figure it out, especially after the video made by TreyM, which is very helpful. You too could have the ENB that really matches your dreams. It's a really cool, powerful, and versatile mod, so I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Even just try it, go through some of the different lenses that are preloaded with this, and I imagine you're going to find something you like. Then we do have Atom Cats. This is going to be the third iteration of the settlement story kind of series of mods. First and foremost, we had Thicket Excavations, then we had the Roadside Pines Motel, and finally we do have Atom Cats. What these mods are doing is adding in a short dungeon style quest where you have to retrieve something, then you do get a brand new settlement for you to kind of explore and take advantage of. This time the new settlement is going to be the Atom Cats Garage. You're going to have a short quest again where you have to retrieve a little receiver, but then you do have this massive and honestly pretty unique settlement. There's definitely a great playing field here, so you could build up kind of a city if you wanted to. At the same time, you could have something a little bit smaller, but I definitely see cities being built here, as just the scale and the location is really ideal. Honestly, this is a ton of fun to play. The quest was pretty unique, as well as the settlement itself definitely stands out from the other options in Fallout 4. I would say the only one that's even comparable is maybe Spectacle Island, and only that because it is also a very large settlement, but this one is going to be a ton of fun and a great playground for you guys to explore. So we have another new mod from M150, one of the mod authors that's been really creating different mods, and he is back with just that, with RaiderQuadBike. It's a really simple mod, and basically what this is going to do is adding a new crafting table. From there you could actually create 3 different vehicle types in Fallout 4. Yes, you heard me correctly, vehicle types. Basically 3 little Raider quad bikes that you can ride around. They're a little bit wonky some of the time, but honestly this is probably one of the best implementations of a vehicle for Fallout 4 right now. There are other mods that do this, but this one's actually fairly well balanced. It cost a certain amount of scrap and other materials to actually build these bikes, as well as the speed isn't anything ridiculous. It's a little bit faster and easier than running, because of course you don't have a stamina bar on a quad bike. In the future I'd love to see gas implemented, but for right now it definitely is a pretty interesting thing. If you're playing on survival and looking for an alternative to fast traveling or really having to walk around everywhere, I would definitely check this mod out. If you're not playing on survival, it'll probably be cool to check this out for a little while, but it'll get old pretty quick. So this is a pretty interesting mod. It's going to be called LIBERTALIA'S Reign. It's going to be part of a larger series known as Fallout 4 Revisited, basically looking at some of the major locations in Fallout 4 and improving them in some way. For this one, what the mod author did was add in a few new locations. You have a massive new barracks made out of shipping containers, which is very fitting for the location, as well as just more enemies and traps placed around. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder to get through this little puzzle, if you will, to kill everyone here, between the traps accidentally killing you and just the increased force of raiders that actually live here now. The 2 major changes again here are a barracks made out of shipping containers, which is towards the back end of this, as well as the entrance does just have a lot more content here. There's a whole new warehouse there that wasn't there previously, and all around it is really a cool mod. It's one of those things that you probably should just throw into your load order, and as you experience the game on your next playthrough or even your current one, you'll just notice it's a little bit more fun to experience this location. There's a lot more detail here, and all around just a bunch more content. He also just mentioned how it's going to be part of a kind of larger mod in the future of a war to come. I'm excited to see where he goes with that. Again, this is the 4th iteration of this Fallout 4 Revisited series. I highly recommend you check out some of the other iterations if you like the style and kind of theme of this mod. So last but not least, we have a super simple mod that I really like. It's going to be called Hide Quests from Pipboy. It's going to be taking advantage of the mod configuration menu, and more or less what it's going to allow you to do is get rid of some of those pesky quests that kind of just clutter up the quest section of your Pipboy, whether it be from the DLCs. That's one of the major reasons I wanted this, and in addition, some of the Creation Club content that you may have purchased. If you're starting off a new playthrough, you don't need to see Kill Pyro every time you open your quest. Or maybe there's a quest that you just don't plan on getting to. Maybe you're going to do Nuka World when you're over level 40 or something. If you're like me and feel like it's not really necessary to have those quests being brought up in front of you every single time you want to change your quest or look at the next step you have to take, then this mod is going to be for you. It's really simple, as well as you could actually take on some of those miscellaneous quests, which is also a really nice addition. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. As always, I hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully you found this informative. Hopefully one of these mods you found cool and you're going to go download now. As always, again, I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Later.